Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media Update. All right, Kaitlyn Clark has did a DJ Khaled. If you don't know what I mean, another one. Yeah, Kaitlyn Clark has racked up another award with Sports Business Journal as the best business athlete of the year after she just came off a week ago for being Times Athlete of the Year. And I went on to not Times, but Sports Journal's Twitter account, and they have a lot of awards for different people. Charles Barkley's name was in there. I think a couple other people, but this one specifically is for Kaitlyn Clark. Now, we already know when it comes to a market standpoint, Kaitlyn Clark is the best in the business. She's that gravity that pulls everything towards her. We have seen it. So I'm gonna break out the article and give you a little piece of it. It says the WNBA, oh, not that one. Sorry, I have to go to the next one. There we go. So it says Kaitlyn Clark is stacking up accolades like Thanos with the 5 stones. So if you don't know who Thanos is, yeah, he's the guy from the Avengers. So, but nevertheless, Kaitlyn Clark continues to rack up accolades. Like I said, she just finished being named Times Athlete of the Year, which a lot of people had an issue with that. So now what you going to say now that she got this, the whole WNBA should be on this cover? No. When it comes to marketing, there is none better than her. She is a global icon. She is something that I have continued to say throughout all my videos, talk about. She is the epitome of what Michael Jordan was, what Kobe Bryant was. And this video is going to be a 2-part because it's going to lead into my next segment after I finish this. You think about it. After an international prestige being named Time Athlete of the Year, the Indiana Fever Guard picked up another award, courtesy of Sports Business Journal. On Monday, the publication named Clark Best Sports Business Athlete of 2024. And you think about this, and you wonder why that she's been named this? Well, let me give it to you. Tennis records, marketing sale, TV viewership, jersey sales, home and away attendance. That's why she's very marketable. She is the catalyst to make sure that everything is in a space. You think about this. They are decent athletes. I'm gonna be nice about it. There are good athletes in the league. You know what I'm saying? And not the ones that we just talk about every day, but there are some decent ones in the league. But when it comes to marketability and pushing the league to a further atmosphere, nobody does it like Kaitlyn. We talk about how Magic and Bird came in and put the NBA on map. Then it was Michael Jordan who came and just put it in another stratosphere, and then you had to wait till Kobe came, and then you had LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Now you have Steph Curry doing it. But these guys are now the NBA is in a flux because they don't have that next star to take the league any further. And you got young stars, but how can you really? And that's why they're looking towards Victor Wembanyama, because they look at him as him from being overseas in France, and he's in the United States playing for the San Antonio Spurs. They want to use him as that guy that they can market for. So if you look at the WNBA, who can you market? Yeah, all of these women went overseas and played in the overseas and played in the Olympics, but what makes them marketable? That's the thing you have to ask yourself. What makes these ladies marketable? Is it charisma? Is the gravitation? Are people looking towards them? Do they make the numbers move? Do they make anything jump? No. As good as Angel Reese has her own platform, she doesn't make it move. As much as accolades that Asia Wilson has, she don't make it move. As good as Sabrina Nescu is, she don't make it move. You know what I'm saying? The only person that make it move is Caitlin Clark. And everybody wants that. They know if you get Caitlin Clark on the stage, you're gonna have a performance of a lifetime. You're going to see things that you haven't seen before. Everybody's trying to catch up to her right now. Even they say, oh, let's market Juju. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be a video probably tomorrow for another segment. You know what I'm saying? But you got to look at it at a standpoint. Caitlin Clark is what Babe Ruth was. Caitlin Clark is what Wayne Gretzky was. Caitlin Clark is what Michael Jordan was. You know what I'm saying? And to be named 2024 Sports Business Journal Athlete of the Year, I mean, come on, man. What can you say that? Now, Sports Business Journal was founded in 1998. It's a publication devoted to equipping sports executives with news and data for making key business decisions. Sports Business Journal recognizes Caitlin Clark quickly made the rounds of the internet, leading fans commentating on her impressive Wall Street. Somebody put on there and said stacking up accolades like Thanos, which it is. She's collecting the Infinity Stones. She's collecting them. And like I said before, there is no, I do believe she's going to win an ESPY Awards this year. I do believe she's going to win one. There's no way Caitlin Clark's name get nominated and she doesn't win one. I don't see it. I don't see it happening at all. You know what I'm saying? If you look at that right there, it says, so it just goes to show you what Caitlin Clark is about. She is a young superstar. She's going to be in the league. The league is going to be built around her. If people just need to realize what this movement is about, this movement about Caitlin Clark is about, because it's exactly what we need. You know what I'm saying? She's the face of the league. Everybody wants a hold of her. Everybody wants a piece of her and everything. Like, oh my, this thing this article keep jumping off. Trying to make sure I keep it in place. Let me go. So, and like I say, this reminds me of so much of she has unlocked the powers of women athletes with a following that has drawn comparisons to Michael Jordan in his heyday. And you think about it. Remember when Michael Jordan and the Dream Team, the original Dream Team, went over to play in the Olympics? Michael Jordan had all of them superstars on the map. I mean, the Karl Malones, the John Stocktons, the what's the guy named Scottie Pippen, all of them. He had all of them on the map because they was universal recognized at that time. You know what I'm saying? And you wanted a piece of a guy like Michael Jordan who brought the stardom, the flair, the smile, the little bit of swagger, the fierce competitiveness, because that's what he was. Like I said, it's not just basketball fans who leech on to Caitlin Clark, the 22-year-old who entered the league last summer after becoming college basketball all-time leading scorer and drawing a record TV attendance during her career at Iowa. Sponsors, brands, and even trolls from social media have attached themselves to Caitlin Clark in a way rarely seen by a female athlete. And you think about it. The key point they said in this article, trolls. You know why? Because the fact of the matter is, good or bad, everybody wants to talk about Caitlin Clark. You see it every day on X. Everybody wants to talk talk about Caitlin Clark. It don't matter because she's a hot topic. So guess what? Even if it's a negative commentary about it, it's about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark name is going to pop up more than what Asia Wilson, more than Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is that it's Caitlin Clark is going to make everything that you wish that women's sports would be like. When you see her playing in a pro am, not once but twice, when you see her sitting down with Time Magazine, when you see her sitting down with Maria, when you see her sit down with Robin Roberts, when you see her, she doesn't do any podcasts. She does big women's stage stuff. Now she might be on quote unquote, don't quote me. She might be on Travis Kelsey doing podcasts because matter of fact, Travis Kelsey and his brother, they podcast got nominated for the most, I think, sound or best podcast by Sports Business Journal. So there you have it. So therefore, that's probably something that, hey, okay, let's put her on that platform. She don't have to do, she might do regular podcasts, but you see her as every time you look at Caitlin Clark, she's in big settings. She's in big settings. She's not dealing with podcasts. She's not sitting down, everybody wants a piece of her. You gotta pay to get Caitlin Clark. She's not just a regular celebrity that you can sit down and boom, there she is. Nah, she make hits, man. She make hits. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she do. She changed everything. Like I said, people gonna say something about her bad, people gonna say something about her good, but you can't deny her star power. And when I say that she's beyond a star, she's a superstar. She's a global icon. And speaking of global icon, I'm gonna get to that in a few seconds. Read a little bit of this article. Attendance and viewerships are the most disputable evidence in her impact. The fever average of WNBA record 17,035 at home, an attendance record of 500,000 fans home and away, averaging 1.178 million TV viewers per game, 3 times the average of anyone else. So when you look at that from a standpoint, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Juju. I don't care if it's Paige. I don't care who it is. Ain't nobody bringing that type of viewership in, home or away. There ain't nobody doing it because guess what? When you play against Caitlyn, your TV viewership gets up, your attendance get up. But when you play for yourself, you might average a little bit here, but it ain't gonna be what you think it is. So I'm just letting you know. So then you think about it. She has deals outside of the court, like Nike, who gave her a $28 million 8-year deal, which we still dispute that because it should have been more. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at State Farm, you look at Bose, you look at Buick, Gatorade, Glossier, Millie Organics, Arpil, and Wilson. And then you look at Heavy, you can add that to it because they didn't put that in it. Heavy, the supermarkets chain that averages almost 13 billion a year. So you add that to it and what you got. Okay. So, and there are more in the works. And that will keep her representative at XL Sport Management busy. Unrivaled, we already know Unrivaled had offered her 1 million. And she said, not gonna happen. Plus equity just for playing for 3 months on 3-on-3. So she said she turned them down because she didn't need the exposure and could use the rest. And you know her salary is 76,000. She's gonna be the first $1 million player in the WNBA. Hey, people gonna get mad, but hey, it's what it is. She's going to be the first $1 million player. You have to pay her that. And then her net worth through endorsements believed to be what 3.8 million, as soon to be more than 4 million. Then when she played in Annika Sorensen's Pro Am in November, she attracted Arnold Palmer style galleries and sign autograph hats, T-shirts, and bearskin. The WNBA is not obvious. No, WNBA is not oblivious. And according to sources, um, eventually schedule a FIBA game overseas, capitalize on her Q rating. Privately, the plan is to market the FIBA like there's American team. Now, now going into that. Now, first, let me back up for a second. Caitlin Clark is a global icon. People already seeing her from all over the world. They know her, but they want a piece of her. They want her, and over there in the country. Plus, you got to look at it as this as well. You got to think about what the NBA is. They botched Caitlin Clark when she first came out the league. You know what I'm saying? They botched her. You know what I'm saying? They could have promoted her better, and the league could have been in a whole better place. You know what I'm saying? And then you think about it. Nike's still behind the schedule. Now Nike ain't gonna have no choice because if you think about this, if the FIBA, if the Kathy Ingeberg, David Stern don't get together and say, hey, we need to take one of these games with Caitlin Clark. I don't care if it's against Paige, I don't care if it's against the Liberty, I don't even care if it's against um the LA Sparks with Cam Brink of them. I don't care who it is. We need to have her over there. You know what I'm saying? They could heck, they could take one of the games with her and Angel Reese and send them over there. Whatever it takes, they could move these games in the season. And the season ain't here yet. So they have time to renegotiate that schedule and say, hey, we're gonna take this game and put it over in China, or put it over in France, or put it over in Belgium, or put it over there in some Australia, or put it in China. It don't matter. Or put it in London. It don't matter. One, you have the opportunity now to garner the most money of viewership by having this girl play overseas. You know what I'm saying? And you could do it like a week before All-Star break. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do it in this, or if you do it in the middle, say you did it around May or June or July, around the summertime. Okay. If you did it like that, and guess what will happen? Then they come back, they fly back, they have about 2 or 3 days off. They don't have to play another game. You know what I'm saying? Then you think about that, you bring, you have that viewership because everybody's going to tune into that game. Everybody's going to tune into that game. They going to pack arena. Hey, I will bet this. If you put that game in Wembley Stadium in London, and Wembley Stadium is one of the biggest stadiums there is. If you put that game in Wembley Stadium, and like she did when she was at Iowa, they played outside and packed that man. Look at here, that's rock star status right there with Caitlin Clark. We've been trying to tell y'all, man. We've been trying to tell y'all, but y'all want to deny the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? And the inevitable is Caitlin Clark is changing the face of women's basketball. She did it in college. She's doing it in the WNBA. And if you don't catch the train, you're gonna get left behind. Simple as that. And I had said this in so many videos that they needed to have Caitlin Clark in the FIBA play overseas. This is some type of Dallas Cowboys type thing. And then I'm gonna pull up the article for that right now. Is that the WNBA is looking to exploit Caitlin Clark internationally as the FIBA take a page out of Dallas Cowboys playbook. Caitlin Clark was ready to spend her first true offseason of November 2023, relaxing, practicing, and taking things slower. But after taking Iowa to a championship, then it came to the Indiana Fever as the number one pick, and eventually the first round um, of the first playoff since 2016. With that, it was hectic. No wonder she didn't want to go overseas to play more basketball. But it seems like that might change soon. A fan account on X posted a screenshot from a Sports Business Journal article Tom Friend titled Year in Sports Awards. Best Sports Business Athlete, Caitlin Clark. Friend, talk about CC's impact in the Indiana, excuse me. Friend talked about CC's impact on Indiana's NBA team because no one imagined the WNBA team would ever lead its NBA counterpart, and which it is, because you think about it. As good as Tyrese Halliburton is, Caitlin is a bigger star than Tyrese, way bigger star than Tyrese Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger, completely. So, and you think about what the WNBA with the Indiana Fever is going to do. And if you think about this, you have the likes of Paige going to be in the league. You know what I'm saying? You have the likes of Paige in the league. Then you're gonna have Juju in another couple of years coming into the league. You could actually push this league a little bit further by having games overseas. That's the only way people are going to respect the league and see the league grow in a whole if you start capitalizing on these players. And right now, if you don't capitalize on Caitlin Clark and put that fire on in orbit, then you're not going to be able to maximize the potential. Because guess what? If you market them, have a few games overseas, you already got a game with two sorry teams playing in Canada this year, the Seattle Storm and Atlanta Dream. Ain't nobody want to see that in Canada. Caitlin Clark should have been the first choice you put out of the state. If you was gonna do Canada, like I said, you could do London, you could do all of these places that these people play, and I guarantee you, people around the world is going to fly over to see Caitlin Clark play. They gonna pack that arena because they want to see her play. She should have been the first. The Indiana Fever should have been the first team if you wanted to schedule somebody to play outside the United States. Not no Seattle Storm, not no doggone Atlanta Dream. Who they got? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that. So that's why I say at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark, you got to capitalize on everything she is because not only she's good for business, but she's a hell of a basketball player. And everybody's going to want her. Because trust me, if you put her over there, which is going to be a success, guess what's going to happen at the end of the day? Don't Crunchy is going to be calling for her. They're going to want a game with her every year, one or two games every year over there. I don't care who you playing. You could have her playing against Asia Wilson. Boom. You could have her playing against um um Sabrina Nescu in the New York Liberty. You can have her playing against the Connecticut Sun. I don't care who it is. It's a draw. No matter who she play, it's a draw. You can have her go play against Atlanta Dream for you care. It's still gonna be a draw. You know why? Because everybody wants to see Caitlin play. It don't matter what the other team has. It just they want to see her. And the revenue for the WNBA is going to spike up even more. That's going to help you get out of the debt that you is in with the NBA and be on the balance. You know what I'm saying? With the new CBA and if Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever goes overseas and play and they rack in more viewership things and more money and everything and they hell the Indiana Fever could be a billion dollar um team, a team that's going to be $1 billion, the most expensive team there is. They end up being able to get a new stadium because of the likes of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark could be the first $1 million athlete in the WNBA, and they won't be even close because nobody's going to get paid like her. So again, congratulations to Caitlin Clark for winning another award with Sports Business Journal. And as I said before, another one. So, I mean, the Indiana Fever, I look for them to make some moves. Um, I look for them to make some moves about um, to get one of these Fever games playing overseas this year. before during the season. I do believe that's going to take place. Now that they want to capitalize, they know this is a game changer. They cannot be behind. They already let it slip away with the Olympics. This is opportunity right now to say, hey, Kaitlyn, we're sending y'all overseas. I don't care who you play. If they know that Kaitlyn Clark is coming to town overseas, boom. Who you think they can play? They could play the Seattle Storm. I mean, Gabby Williams against Kaitlyn Clark. It don't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's what it is. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, this is Live Wire Sports. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.